Hey guys, Chris here from Hockey Tutorial, and today, back with another video. This time we're going to be looking at something incredibly different, and that's these two sticks over here from a company called TOVI Hockey. Now, the first thing that you're wondering, if you saw the thumbnail, yup, these blades do indeed have holes in them, as you can see right here. Your next question is probably, why on earth would you put holes in a blade? How is that going to benefit us on the ice? And what differences does this stick feature compared to traditional hockey sticks? And that's exactly what we're going to be touching on in this video. Now, of course, to break down the science of these sticks, why they've been designed the way that they have, we're going to head back to the studio. But a quick side note, if you're wondering, you think that you've seen these sticks before somewhere, originally these sticks were called Air Blade, but they've been redesigned, and essentially these new sticks under the name TOVI Hockey are almost uncomparable to the original ones that you saw, the Air Blade. This is essentially the next evolution of where those sticks have gone. So let's break down the way that they've been constructed, why they look like this, and if they work. So before we look at the way TOVI hockey sticks are constructed, especially that unique looking blade, I thought it'd be a really good idea to take a look at the way modern day hockey sticks are constructed. Now, when we look at your traditional sticks, the shaft of the stick is primarily made from carbon fibers or carbon composite blends. And when we go into the blade, this is where there's a big difference. Now, instead of it being completely constructed from a carbon composite blend or carbon fiber, it normally has quite a thin layer of the carbon composite blend, and inside it can have numerous materials. For example, the outside of the stick blade could be a very thin layer of carbon fiber, and the inside of the stick blade will be a foam core. Now, while this is the industry standard, there's always room for improvement. This type of construction has numerous benefits, but it also has a few negatives. The two main ones that stand out is going to be because of how thin that layer of carbon composite material is with that foam core. The more you use the stick, the more it develops microfractures, the more it loses its pop. The second one is, of course, a direct result of the first, which is going to be the general durability of the stick blade. Now, this is something that TOVI Hockey have tried to address with their incredibly unique construction. So let's take a look at exactly what makes their sticks so special. So in terms of the sticks that they offer, currently they have two different ranges. The first that we went for was the Sabotage, which we got in a 95 flex mid-kick with their T92 curve, which is best comparable to a Crosby curve. In terms of the flex profile of the shaft, you're able to select low kick or mid kick for both of their sticks. In terms of the way this particular stick feels, it's best comparable to something like a true A6.0. The second stick is their Mirage. This one we went with a 75 flex low kick just to have the best of both, so we could see what their mid kick and low kick sticks performed like. In terms of the curve, again, we went with their T92 curve. In terms of the way the stick feels, we could compare it to something like a Bauer Vapor 1X. Now onto that unique looking blade. This is TOVI Hockey's DiamondAire BLADE, which features an intricate carbon fiber molding process that clearly we've never seen in the game. This molding process creates a multi-directional fiber orientation in the blade. TOVI Hockey say that their carbon fiber material has passed 1 million cycle tests. What this means, in other words, is that their sticks, unlike the current composite sticks on the market, will practically never lose its pop because of this unique construction. Their unique technology, along with the added strength from a patent cross-beam construction, has effectively eliminated the need for a blade core. That's what's responsible for those head-turning perforations that you see on their stick blades. This is going to benefit you with the aerodynamics, especially on your backswing, when you're taking shots like slap shots, snap shots, and you're really winding back and swinging that stick through the air. Because of those perforations, you are going to be reducing the drag of the hockey stick. It's going to be able to pass through the air much more effectively, and you're going to be able to hit the puck harder than you would with a conventional blade. So aside from this being one of those sticks that definitely turns heads and goes into the category of one of the most unique and interesting sticks that we've ever come across, the design and construction of this stick has been created to increase the player's swing speed while also enhancing the durability of the stick. Now, another incredibly unique feature of this stick is that you don't actually need to tape the blade. If you're wondering about those perforations that are going to be good for aerodynamics, help you increase your swing speed while you're taking those big wind-up shots, once you tape it up, you're probably thinking, what is the purpose of those perforations? But that's where it gets interesting. You actually don't need to tape this stick up. And I mean, you really don't need to tape it. It's really difficult to show this on video, but the texture of the stick blade, the only way that I could describe it is a mix between a skateboard's grip tape, sugar paper, and sanding paper combined. This stick blade has an incredibly tactile surface that doesn't get soft or slippery when it gets wet or when it gets cold. Although this is essentially an overview and a first impressions video, this is definitely something that I can say works incredibly well. After we'd been using these sticks for numerous hours on the ice, if anything, the surface of the stick blade felt even more tactile than before we got on the ice. It offers a great connection and great grip over the puck while you're stick handling and also while you're shooting. This is something that definitely stood out to me immediately. But while saying that, it's also important to note that us hockey players can be incredibly traditional, and it's not always so easy to get us to shift from what we're using currently to what could be the next evolution of sticks or any other part of our equipment. This is of course definitely going to be one of those things that you need to get used to using. You need to adapt to the way that it performs. But once you do, this could potentially be a winning recipe for a lot of players out there, especially if you're the type of player that breaks stick blades very, very quickly, or is constantly on the ice and you find your stick breaking down much quicker than you'd want it to.
So yeah, first glimpse, it's not it's not your everyday looking hockey stick. It's a bit unconventional. I'd say probably after 15-20 minutes of shooting with it, it's no different than when you get a new twig. So compared to my kind of usual stick, I either use a Bauer 1X Lite or a Bauer 2S Pro. Having tape and some wax on the tape kind of keeps the puck on your stick a little bit quicker, a little bit longer, sorry. I'd say it's probably kind of no different. You know, the blade's kind of, really tacked. There's a lot of grip, a lot of friction on there, so the puck doesn't slide all over the place like you might think. Handles pretty well. Stick handling was kind of pretty much normal once you get a feel for it and you know kind of what you're doing with it. It's no different than using my normal stick. So no, I think it's certainly raised some eyebrows, but if you put the puck in the net, no one's really going to ask kind of what it's made of or what it's doing. More so probably going to ask where can you get one. So
I've been using the Mirage for about 2 to 3 hours. To shoot with, it was actually really nice. It was a bit blade heavy, but once you got used to it, it was actually really nice. It's also the same with the shaft. The shaft was quite square on this stick, whereas I'm used to a rounded one, but as soon as I got used to the feel of the shaft, it was almost like it was completely the same as my normal stick. That's the same with stick handling. As soon as I got used to the stick and the blade, it was almost effortless to stick handle with. But it was a little bit easier due to the blade. The blade is a lot grippier now compared to how my stick would be after a normal training purely to the tape. And obviously when the tape gets wet, it's not as sticky. Whereas this right now, after 3 hours of using it, feels like I've layered it with 50 layers of wax. When you felt the main difference between the two sticks, between my game stick and this stick, is the backswing on, say, a snapshot or a slap shot and a one-timer. When doing that, it was so effortless with this stick due to the blade. Like when you swing it, like on your backswing, it feels effortless. It's almost like you're swinging nothing backwards. When I was taking shots on the goalie, it was almost like when I leant into it, it had like no aim to it. It was just going anywhere with tons of power. But whereas as I took my time on the backswing and almost hit it slower, it went a lot faster and a lot more accurate into where I wanted it to go. If I took this into the changing room with the players from my team, they'd all be asking, why have you got no tape on it? Why has it got holes in the blade? And to be honest, I'd just wait until I got on the ice to show them, because I think that's the best way, because this stick there's not many words to describe it. During the season, normally like halfway through, my game sticks normally go quite soft and weak on the blade. I'm hoping this one will last a little bit longer, but I need a little bit more time with it to make sure of that.
As always, guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and hopefully we've been able to shed a bit of light on why these sticks have been made the way that they have and some of the features that they have. But of course, to be able to test out the way that these sticks work and the durability claims that TOVI Hockey have made around the blade requires a lot more time. So we're going to be using these sticks, testing them, and we'll give you feedback as time goes on. But a big thank you for watching. A big thank you to TOVI Hockey for being able to get us these sticks. And of course, if you want more videos just like this, make sure you thumbs up and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of the videos that we post. And a big thank you to the team over here at Sapphire Ice and Leisure for helping us make this video possible. All of the links that you need are going to be down below in the video description for more information on these, and also links to where you can follow us on our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. But thank you very much. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, guys.